in all of this was NDAs. So right before, you know what I mean, I'm not going to give y'all too much behind the scenes stuff, but I'm going to give y'all something. So right before Disaster battled, you know what I mean, I seen him flustered. He said he had 12 different rounds, and the reason why he said he had those many rounds was because there was an NDA. So let me just clarify this to y'all, right? There is NDAs in all URL contracts. There are NDAs in every URL contract because even though URL has never enforced the NDA, they put it in the contract because it's a standard contract that says you are not allowed to. It's a non-disclosure agreement. That's what NDA stands for. So you are not allowed to discuss any particulars in your contract, which means you're not supposed to go around and tell people how much you got paid. You're not supposed to go around and tell people any, stipulations or anything that's in your contract. It's supposed to be a bonding agreement between you and the league or the company or the brand that you are working for. So I seen Easy say that there are NDAs in URL contracts. He is absolutely correct. You know what I mean? He is absolutely correct. There are NDAs inside of URL contracts. I read my contracts all the time, so I do know that's there. So I have not seen an NDA that comes from the Disaster and Easy battle, so I'm just going to give my opinion on how I feel about NDAs in general in battle rap, because I don't like ever giving an opinion without all the information being there. So I can't say Easy's wrong because I don't know what his NDA says. We can only speak from a hypothetical standpoint until we see the NDA. Yes, don't battle or share that info with other people. I just said that they do, and that's why I said if URL was to enforce the NDA, a lot of battle rappers would be in trouble. Me, I don't tell people what I get paid because it's between me and the league. And also I don't, let me not say I've never done it, but I've done it before, even with people that's close to me, and it's backfired. People that you think, you know what I mean, to hold it down, to say, yo, I don't care, man. You my man. I'm happy you getting more. And then the next thing, they trying to go back and negotiate because now they know what I got. So I just realized it's not, you know what I mean, the only time I really disclose what I'm getting is in a 2-on-2. Because any 2-on-2 partner if I ever battle with, they could attest to that. We always got paid the same thing. I just feel like that's fair. But on one-on-ones, no. But I will say this. If the NDA that Easy the Block Captain gave Disaster is so Easy's price is not leaked out to, URL or other leagues or battle rappers or anything, I totally understand that, and Easy's right. Because dealing with a battle rapper, Easy and Disaster's rapport ain't as solid as me and Disaster's rapport because they don't know each other like that. So if he felt like, yo, my business might get out on how much I got paid, how we set up everything and did that, he's smart for doing the NDA. Because you don't want somebody to be able to go and talk about your money. It could fuck up negotiations in the future. You know what I mean? If somebody's able to say, well, he got this and go talk about it, now somebody else could say, yo, why you asking me for this when I heard you got such and such from this person? So I totally understand that. That is actually good business etiquette and a smart move if he got the NDA so Disaster could not talk about his price in the future. That is actually, you know what I mean, a great thing to do because, like I said, this whole thing that we do as independent contractors, it's leverage. So even if you might give a discount to somebody else, a league will try to use it against you in your next negotiation. Like, how you asking me for this, but you asked for this. So in that regard, I totally get it. If the NDA is about anything that should be said in and out of a battle rap, then that is crazy. So that's the catch side of it. If that NDA said anything about what is off limits being talked about outside of what he got paid for the battle, then it's crazy. Because the whole point of battle rap is, right? I even understand speaking to somebody as a man. And then, shout out to Ab. And if somebody breaks that bonding agreement as a man by saying, I'm not going to talk about this, and then they talk about it, you handle it as you should accordingly. But to get a NDA saying what you can and not talk about in a battle is insane. So I have not seen the NDA. I didn't watch Piper Voice interview. I really don't watch blogs like that. No disrespect. Shout out to him, but I have not seen it. It has not came across my desk. So what I'm saying is, if that NDA says anything about what cannot be talked about in a battle besides what he got paid for the battle, it is crazy. Because you now you having somebody battle you at a handicap. So I don't know. So I'm not gonna do this blog and say, yo, I seen it or I heard that. That's what it says. So Easy's wrong. I'm just giving y'all both sides of the coin. If it has anything to do with finances and business, then Easy did the right thing. I mean, shit, Easy did the right thing anyway because he's being smart by protecting what he doesn't want talked about if he did it with anything else. But I'm saying if it has anything else in that, I can't agree with that. I don't think we should be doing that. You know what I mean? Have I gave people stipulations in battles before? I can't give nobody a stipulation because every man is every man. Of course, when you do certain things, there's consequences to it. What I've asked people to do is, you know what I mean, just don't. If you got a random bar about my daughter, that's cool. But I'm not about to sit here and battle anybody that's going into detail about my daughter. That's it. Yeah, I prefer don't talk about my grandma who passed. That's the only thing I've ever asked somebody. Like, out of respect. Anything that got to do with me, you can talk about it. But just don't talk about the dead. Don't talk about my kids. And I ask people this. And they could do whatever they want. And then I got to handle it however I want. But that's the only thing I've ever asked somebody. Because I feel like they got nothing to do with it. Like, you should be able to beat me without talking about my grandma that died last year or my daughter who's defenseless. Like, but if you did it, it's no rules. So I would never get an NDA for that because it's like you could do whatever you want. But with people that I have, and I also too, I've only done this with people that I have rapport with. If I don't know you and we never spoke and we don't have a rapport, I don't expect you to have any type of decency for me because I don't know you. So that's like when me and Arsenal battled and he mentioned my dad. Me and him we didn't have the relationship we have now. Now I'll be disappointed if Arsenal did that because I know him personally. Like, that's my guy. I talked to him. We done broke bread together, all of that. But at that time, I couldn't be mad at him in that regard because I didn't know him. So I don't expect nothing from nobody I don't know. I don't do that in life. But if I have a rapport with you, we don't got to be best of friends to say, yo, bro, it's a battle. You don't got to mention somebody that died. And vice versa. If you watch all my battles, y'all know I'm never an unfair person. I don't ask you to do something that I would do. So I don't say, hey, yo, don't talk about dead people with me. Don't talk about my kids, but then I'm going to go talk about yours because then you be in a walking contradiction. So I don't talk about that in general. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like, yeah, it should be certain things you could ask. And I mean, you could ask somebody whatever you want not to talk about. It's up to them to honor that and not do that. But I feel like we shouldn't get accustomed to doing NDAs unless they got to do it, like I said, what somebody got paid. So that's my take on it because I haven't seen the NDA from Piper Boy. I haven't seen it at all. I haven't read it. I don't know. I was traveling. So if it dropped, if it comes across my desk, I'll look at it and I guess I can give y'all part 2. But what I'm saying is it really don't need a part 2 because it's really self-explanatory. If that NDA says anything other than he can't talk about finances, then it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. Because, like, it's battle rap. Like, niggas talk about everything under the sun. Just my opinion. What up? Niggas talk about everything under the sun. So, my opinion is if it's about anything other than what he got paid, it's insane. You know what I mean? It's insane. That shit should not be that should not be happening. But if it has to do with that bread, then yeah, I wouldn't want motherfuckers to be able to talk about what I got paid ever. On my biggest payday, my lowest payday. I don't want nobody being able to discuss what I'm getting in my pocket. So I totally agree with that. But if not, I don't. And just the other thing, you know what I mean? Because I seen it floating around about people wondering, Rosenberg actually put it out saying that did the battlers off GTX get paid? I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I will tell y'all this. Y'all know me. I've always got A1 professionalism with battling, and I always do A1 business. So I can't speak for the rest of the card. But I could speak for me and Charlie Clips. We got paid in full. So that's what I'll say on that regard in terms of if the people get paid. Now, like you heard what I said. You take what you take from that. I got mine though. And Clips got his, so you know what I mean? That's that. That's just, you know what I mean? That's that right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the money I agree only because the battle rap is illegal now. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's a conflict of interest. So now, you know, just playing devil's advocate, if Diz was to go over and not sign an NDA and be able to show URL what Easy got, or another league that's trying to book him, make it fuck up, you know what I mean? What he got going on or what he's trying to negotiate. So that's why I said, that's my stance, and I stand on it. I'm not changing that. If the NDA was for anything that has to do with letting out finances and all that, I totally get it, totally understand it, not mad at it at all. If that shit had anything to do with anything else other than that, pretzel work. Serious wetzel work. You know what I mean? And that's my take on that, man. Does the NDA change on who won the battle? I mean, I'll answer that because I like that question, and then we'll move on to something else. I think it would have changed who won the battle if the NDA was followed. If certain things weren't said because of the NDA, then it would be like, damn, what would have happened if those things were said? But from my knowledge, I think he brought up the elephant in the room, correct? So, like, what did he not say in the NDA? That's the real question. Like, what did he leave out? You know what I mean? I don't know. So that's that, man. Y'all would have to ask him that. I feel like he said everything. So that's why I'm like, I don't think the NDA has anything to do with the outcome because he said everything. Yeah, he said everything he needed to say. So no, I don't think it has anything to do with the outcome unless there's something that I'm missing. I mean, when I answer questions like that, that's because I'm always trying to be objective. But that's my take on it. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. Next topic. They just dropped me and Jerry West face off. How